What's up, everyone? I just wanted to take a second and let you know how much I appreciate all of our listeners and supporters of the podcast. If you enjoyed the content, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could take a second to like, subscribe, share, and review our podcast. It really helps us out in ranking to get the word out about the industry. Now here's a brand new episode of All Wrapped Up.
Every day that vinyl wrapping is not a replacement to paint, it's another option. So it's not like a discounted version to just paint your car. I mean, this is for people that want to keep their trade-in value and want to change it up. And we've got a lot of people that like to switch it up every car show, and they don't want to paint it every year. I mean, it's too much on the car.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to All Wrapped Up Podcast. We'll be interviewing industry-leading wrap companies to share tips, tricks, stories, and more. All right, so we'll go live. We've got Ravynn Foster, a.k.a. the Wrap Pixie, from FSM Wraps Auto Restyling in Oklahoma. How's it going?
Hello, it's great here in Oklahoma. It's finally getting warm, actually.
Oh, tell me about it. This weather's killing me.
Yeah, we've had some ups and downs here.
What type of weather do you get? Do you guys get all the seasons there?
We get a little bit of fall, a little bit of spring, a lot of summer, and like 1 week of winter.
A lot of summer. 1 week of winter?
It stays pretty chilly, but we get like a hardcore freeze for like 1 week, and then it's all over.
Ooh, what's your winter like? What's the temperature usually?
Oh, it'll get into the negatives for us, but I don't know. I want to say our warmest is probably the 40s.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Man, that for us is almost summertime.
No. I like my sunshine.
If we get 40s during the winter time, that's like shorts and a t-shirt day. Everybody in Boston's out.
Oh no, I am so cold natured. I even have like in the summer, I've got a space heater going on me.
That's so funny. That is so funny. So basically, how we start the podcast is try to get an inside look on what type of projects or things you have going on at your shop for this week. Can you let us in?
Yeah. So right now we are working on actually one of our sponsored cars. We are doing her WRX in the Avery lime green.
Nice.
And it's great. We did, I think we did some lights this week, tinting some lights, blacked out some reflectors. We're actually picking up some detailing. We're adding into that. We did the Morphosis black roof on a 370Z. And that was, the customer came in and she's like, I want over the top, whatever you got, put it on my car. And we actually just wrapped up the Morphosis black on a cruise that we had in, and we threw that on her car. And she absolutely loves it. So she's coming back. She's wanting some interior pieces done on that as well.
That's awesome. Which one is that color? Is it that black with all the different like flake in it?
Like the opposite of the psychedelic. Yeah, like the black psychedelic.
Yeah, that's a crazy color. Do you sponsor a lot of cars?
I think I have 10 guys on my team, and my husband has 3 or 4 that we sponsor.
Wow. And what do you do for sponsorships? You kind of just work out some type of deal?
Yeah, they have multiple levels. So we start everybody out at bronze level, and it's you have to run our banner on the front and back of your car, and you have to make a social media post every Wednesday tagging us. Mm-hmm. And that'll get you 20% off whatever you want in cost. And then when you're kind of proving yourself to us, we'll bump you up to silver. Same rules apply, but you get 10% over cost for us. And then we have our gold members that they get a free wrap every year.
Really?
From us. Yeah. As long as they're, bringing in the money, they're out there hitting the payment for us. And then we have 2 platinum members that basically whatever they want, they just get on their car.
That's a great incentive, to be honest with you. It's probably a lot cheaper than hiring a salesperson to hit the streets and the pavement to go in and out of shops to get you some work.
That's exactly what it is. They have, and they also have to hit 2 shows a year. We have 2 big shows here in town, and they have to hit those. Other than that, I mean, they have free reign, and it's proved great to be as far as advertisement, because they go to the car meets, they're out and about. It's been, as soon as we hit that, we added them in August of last year, and the business just kind of exploded after that.
That's cool. Well, that's a great incentive. I wouldn't have even thought of something like that to promote and advertise.
Yeah, free advertisement, and it's paying off great. And they love the discounts. So
absolutely.
we have a group chat that keeps them in the loop of everything that's new coming out, and it's great. We've built a really strong team with these guys. They're more like family than they are anything else.
Definitely. How much business do you think you generate with having them go to these meets and shows and driving around with your banner on the front?
Oh, basically, we went from struggling to get even a roof in to 20 to 30 inquiries a week on, hey, I talked to so-and-so, how much is it going to be to do this?
Wow. Yeah.
So it's exploded.
Yeah, that's a struggle, especially being a new shop opening up. It's getting the new business in. That's tough. Now, how many wrap shops are around your area that you have to kind of compete with?
Our town didn't have too much as far as vinyl wrapping. I mean, it was here, but we had a liquid wrapper that kind of had the market. And so we had to come in and kind of fight with that and kind of prove that vinyl's a little bit more durable than liquid. And he swore up and down it was the greatest thing on earth. And people would come to us and get a quote, and cost of vinyl is going to be more than a whole plasti dip job.
Right,
so they would say, well, we're just going to go down the street. And so we spent 2 years fighting with that. There was 2 other shops. They do window tinting. They also offer a color change. And then there's 2 or 3 sign shops that will do more of the commercial. And we don't really touch the commercial. We're more color change. But we've kind of taken over as far as that. But it took a long time educating people on what vinyl really was in our town. And our town is, I mean, for lack of a better word, they're cheap. So
no, I think we all that's so funny. Yeah, I mean, everywhere, no matter where you live, I mean, you're always going to get people that either want a discount, or you always hear well, I'll bring more people in if I get a little bit of a discount, and those things never pan out at the end of the day.
No, I got hey, how much would it be to take off for a full wrap if I throw your logo on my car?
Right.
Like I have people buying my logo to put it on their car. So, yeah, you get a whole lot of where's the homie hookup? Like, but I haven't seen you in 6 years. It's
yeah, I got a roof over my head to pay for. I'm sorry.
That's right. And, you get those customers that, well, I can get it painted for that. You absolutely can. You're right. You can get it painted for that. And I will see you in 6 months to wrap over that paint job. And that has happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, painting it's one thing and it's great, but in order to get a really good paint job, you have to do the jams. You got to do the inside of the engine bay. I mean, and what does that cost at the end of the day when you want to trade in your car? The first thing they're gonna ask is, why was it painted? Was it in an accident? And then you lose money at the end of the day.
Right. And I have to explain to people every day that vinyl wrapping is not a replacement to paint. It's another option. So it's not like a discounted version to just paint your car. I mean, this is for people that want to keep their trade-in value and want to change it up. And we've got a lot of people that like to switch it up every car show, and they don't want to paint it every year. I mean, it's too much on the car.
Right. And it's a cheaper alternative than getting, PPF put on too to protect the paint. I mean, You change the color, it's an aesthetic, instant change. It almost feels like you get a brand new car usually, when people pick up their car from getting it wrapped, it's like getting a brand new car at the end of the day.
Oh, they love it too. I love that. The moment they see it done, I mean, they just fall back in love with their cars. So
yeah, the reactions are great.
It's absolutely rewarding.
That's awesome. So talk to me a little bit about your shop, as far as, when you started the shop with your husband and everything.
We actually started in a really, really dingy shed thing that we had in our backyard. We started about 2 years ago, and we were stunt riding motorcycles before. And so we had wrapped a couple of the bikes, and we were in the hospital having our second son. We've got 3 boys, all under 4.
Wow.
And we were in the hospital with the second one, and he kind of looked over at me. He said, "Hey, I think I want to start vinyl wrapping." And I'm like, okay, like, we've done it. So we took everything that we saved up for me to be out on maternity leave, and we dumped it into wrap products and, all the materials we would need. And it was like, what did we just do? But I mean, within the month, we had already booked a job, and it kind of worked out pretty well. But we were in that shop, and then we moved, and we were in our garage for about a year and a half. And then last month, or the month before, we actually got an actual shop where we're at now, and it's been great. There's so much more space for activities.
Yeah, right. How big was it? Like legit, like a shed? You had to do one side at a time, type of thing.
It was like, we lived in an older part of town, so it was like a 2-car garage that was partial rock, partial tin, and then they added like another bay with sheet metal, and it was leaking, and like it was complete rags. It was so bad. I mean, if I had been a customer, I would have been like, you know what? I'm just going to keep on going. So
that's so funny. That that's was probably a huge struggle, trying to get people to drop off their cars in this kind of rare place.
Yeah. It was so bad. Most of it was friends, so they trusted us, and we started out with friends and family. And once people started getting it, and we had the pretty decent reviews, it went from there. So
snowballed.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your new shop and how you have it set up. I've seen some pictures online. It looks like you guys have like a vinyl rack up on the wall with all the materials and stuff. Are you guys slowly kind of building it up now?
Yes, yeah, we're still building up. I think we've got 3 racks now, and then we've still got to install 2 of them. And we're set up. Basically, we've got our full wraps, on one side, and then our daily jobs on the other that we keep up. And I think we're adding detailing. We just hired a new guy, so we're adding a little bit more to what we offer.
And it's just you and your husband doing the wrap installs now, right?
Right. It's just the 2 of us. The new guy, he is helping out. He's starting to learn a little bit, but he's been doing great, but we're adding him for details. Just another hand. Yeah. And he's wanting to take over some details.
Yeah. It kind of goes hand in hand. I've been watching a lot of people now, and this was something that I never even thought about before, was how crucial, the cleaning process really is. I mean, usually people are just cleaning the cars with just like standard isopropyl alcohol, 70%, wiping everything down. But now I see everybody like clay barring the cars and trying to get all the grime out. Like it's really a process now, which is great for the industry because you get, at the end of the day, you get a better product. But to have a detail person there, that's gotta work. That's gotta work out great as far as like getting the car clean and prepped prior to you even installing anything. I think that's a
he's
smart
great.
move.
He'll tear down and clean it and prep it. And we clay bar everything, and then he'll actually reinstall after our wraps.
That's awesome. What type of material do you guys like using the most?
Avery.
Wow, hands down. Quick. Not even like, didn't even give you a second to think about that. You knew the answer.
It is butter. Oh man.
I love Avery too. It's just, I think it's just the way it lays down. It's a lot different than 3M. I used to be a 3M guy. Not that I'm not anymore, but I just really like the color selection from Avery. They have a lot more colors and things like that. But wow, that was like super quick.
Yeah, we started with 3M, and then we kind of found Avery, and we fell in love with it. And here recently, we've kind of extended into the Oracle and the KPMF, but it's without a doubt Avery.
Nice. So you've installed KPMF?
Yes.
How do you like it?
It's okay.
A little aggressive.
We're still learning. still learning. It's extremely aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something where we can just glass the panel and lay down. It's, we have to use our backing knife and kind of work it through from everything we've seen.
Yeah, sections or tag team in it is usually good. When you get someone to glass it for you and just hold it out as you squeegee, that's great.
Right.
What type of tools you guys working with? What are you guys using for like squeegees and stuff like that?
I think we use yellow tools.
Yellow tools, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We use yellow tools, but I want to say there's another one that we do.
Is it?
I just get on our supplier and I just order. I don't even look.
What are you? Who are you guys buying from?
Fellers.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Frank's awesome.
Yeah, we.
You guys probably maybe the geek wrap squeegees.
You know what? I'm looking right now.
Just pull out your pouch. Do you guys use pouches or and stuff like that?
No, we don't use pouches, and we have them, and we should use them because stuff disappears like no other.
Yeah.
Monkey strips, without a doubt. The banana buffers.
Yes, I love those. It's funny.
Yes.
I finally used the banana buffers this week for a commercial wrap. I had just installed, just finished it up actually within an hour ago. I never used it. I was using the geek wraps for a long time, and I used the PID buffers. But I can't believe the banana ones. They're just so smooth.
Yes, it's perfect on the gloss black.
Yes, and you know what? In putting them all side by side, the banana buffers are a lot thicker. You know what I mean? They have more kind of like a squishiness to it. That it's unbelievable to install. As soon as I laid down my first panel, I was like, wow, what a difference! I've never felt a squeegee like that before. What type of squeegee are you putting them on?
The 3M.
The 3M, the gold squeegees?
Yeah. The blue and the gold. We use both, and then I'm pretty sure we've got an Avery one.
Yeah.
And then I got one of the black magnetic squeegees, and I adore that thing.
I love those too. I like those because you could just like use them as like a small little panel holder too.
Mm-hmm.
If you got something going on, and it's nice. You don't put it in your mouth and you don't put it on the floor. You can just put it right in the car, which is a huge no-no to put squeegees in mouths. I've had this huge conversation with Crystal about sanitary stuff and other people using different tools once in a while, and picking one up that's been in a mouth isn't gonna work.
Yeah, no, and Colby's the worst with that. He really is. Like every picture I've got, he's holding a squeegee in his mouth.
That's so funny. So what do you guys do? You guys just put your tools in your pockets, just running a knife and a blade type of thing?
Right, yeah.
I love the pouches. The pouches are so convenient, or even the arm straps to put your tools on the straps too.
I know, and we've got them. I don't know why we don't use them.
Yeah,
because we're constantly losing stuff. We've got a roll around toolbox that we keep near us, and so everything we lay up the top, and our tools kind of go there, or they go in our pockets, or they walk away. So
they grow legs. They
do.
Funny. That is so funny. Well, let's talk about some of your projects. What was the funnest project you've had to date that you've wrapped?
That one's hard. We've got quite a few. We've got a drag strip car that we sponsor. That's another one that we've got. It's a young kid. I want to say he's under 10, and we wrap his car every year for him. He loves it, and it's so much fun for us.
That's so cool. What, you got like a little mini dragster that he just does the quarter mile in?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Damn, and he's only 10?
I don't even think he's 10.
Wow. These kids are crazy nowadays.
They are. I see these little kids on like the crotch rockets, and I look at my 4-year-old and I'm like, absolutely not. That's not happening.
Only in your dreams.
We just did a Mazda 6 though in the Pearl Symphony.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that one is my favorite color to date. I adore that car, and I want it on my WRX so bad, but we can't have two in town. That's just not going to happen.
The same color. That's so funny.
It's beautiful.
How was that install as far as like wrapping it?
That one was more difficult as far as we used the matte Pearl Symphony.
Yeah.
And it tends to discolor and bruise really, really quickly if you overstretch it.
Yeah. How do you guys heat your material? Do you guys use torches or heat guns?
We used a heat gun for the longest time. Everybody kept telling us switch over to a torch. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And we, refused because we're pretty stubborn. And then we recently ended up getting a torch because our shop went without power for a day, and we had to switch over to a torch. And I mean, we love that thing. That's been great. It's been a great changeover. Yeah,
torches are good for big panels and post heating and things like that. But definitely, the heat gun has its moments for certain places, for sure.
We still use the heat gun on that install just because we knew the heat gun.
Yeah.
And we trusted the heat gun. So
you were saying you have a WRX. Is it wrapped as well?
No, it's not. The FRS is.
Wrapped?
It is wide. I know. It's our daily driver. And I can't decide on a color. We disagree too much on the color. We have an FRS that's wide-bodied and wrapped in the vampire red.
Mm-hmm.
And love it. Gets attention everywhere. It's great. But my WRX is still painted, and I'm very disappointed with it.
Free advertising.
I know. I've got a banner across the front end of my car, but
you need a big splash logo on the side of that thing.
I know. I need something. I just can't. I can't decide. And, it's vinyl. I can change it.
Right.
I just cannot decide.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And would you do something girly or would you do something kind of fun?
See, that's the debate because he also drives it.
Right.
And I had a pink Cruise for a long time, and
he wouldn't be caught dead in it.
He drove it and he winked at some guys. He did.
Oh shit.
But now he says no. So I don't know. I wanted to do the vintage green.
Yes. It's funny.
I love that.
I just had a conversation with a friend of mine today because he sent me a color, like a picture of a Mustang, and it was like a green color. He's like, what color is the closest color to this, that you would choose from on the color charts? And that was one of the colors. I've never seen the vintage green, and I just looked it up, like different greens, and it's such a great color.
It is absolutely beautiful.
It's a really great color, and like especially like the matte, it like unbelievable. Like I'm not a real green type of person, but if I was, that would be my color.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to accent with some satin white with it. I thought that would have been good, but I don't know. I kind of been looking at colors, and I think I want to try Tech Wrap. We've been kind of seeing some good reviews with that, and they have a coral color.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous, but, again, he vetoed that because he has to drive it. So
it's got to be some type of compromise somewhere.
We're working on
it. That's so cool. So he drives, is his other car like a daily driver for him?
Yes. Yeah. He'll take it to work with him, and then later on I'll follow with the boys.
Nice.
So
nice. And you said that was a vampire red?
Yeah.
That's cool with the wide body, huh?
Yes. And it's got the carbon fiber hood on it.
That's awesome. And it's got the so it's got the wide body. Is it the I forget what wide body company sells those. I'm drawing a blank now. Is it something bunny? Something like that?
Oh yeah, no, it's
Rocket
it's a
Bunny.
It's a Rep Bunny, that's for sure.
Okay.
It's not Rocket Bunny. We're repping it all day long.
Repping it. Is that like the cheaper version of
Yes.
the Rocket Bunny?
Yeah, we replica kitted this for sure.
That's so funny. I've never heard that before.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys end up installing it yourselves? Or
We did.
Really?
We did, and we caught our car on fire.
Come on.
No.
How the heck that happen?
we were cutting the fenders, and we didn't realize that there were some parts on the inside that you needed to remove, and we're throwing sparks, and then we're smelling smoke, and then we're like, oh shit.
Oh man. Oh my God.
So it was okay. Everything turned out fine. It looks great, but it was a learning process for sure.
That is so funny. Do you guys offer like doing like customization and things like that at your shop too?
We do. Yeah, that's something else that we've picked up. We're actually looking for somebody to throw it on basically for free. A lot of our stuff, when we're wanting to introduce something, we'll throw a massive deal out there, or offer to do the labor part for free, just because our town, we live in a military based town. And so we just want to get it on the streets and let people see like, hey, where did you go? Because we've basically cornered that military base. And yeah, we're all about, trying to get it out there. First come, first serve. I mean, you're going to get a good deal from us.
Right. Do you guys give like a military discount?
Absolutely. Yeah. We absolutely support our military and appreciate everything they do for us. So they get a discount, and we also offer a traveler's discount because we've gotten a few out of state people, and we've got people coming an hour and a half to 4 hours away in our state, bypassing other shops to come to us. So we throw out an appreciation, and we give them a traveler's discount for that.
That's awesome. And how are they finding you out of state or further away?
I think we only really do market on Instagram and Facebook, but we did a pretty big car. We did OMG STI.
Okay.
And she's got a pretty good follow base. And so a lot of that, after her car dropped, we saw a lot of people from far away because she's from the city area, and we're about an hour and a half away from her. Oh. So after that, we have, I think, 2 cars up in an hour and a half away that we actually sponsor. So they go to the Cars and Coffee, and they go to the car shows. And so our name's up there as well. So we're just trying to gradually expand as far as we can within reason.
Yeah. How did she come across your shop? Through Instagram?
She found us through one of our sponsor guys that was up there.
Wow. So they're really repping it. They're really hitting it hard and kind of putting the good word out about the shop to get repeat business.
Yeah, they are.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you about training. I know you guys only had the shop open since 2016. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's talk about training a little bit. Are you guys looking to get into training and maybe take some courses?
Yes, we actually started with YouTube and found that to be not so. That's not the promised land at all. So,
yeah, YouTube certified.
Yeah, we went from YouTube to the Rap Institute, and so we've kind of been watching and learning, and basically everything else is trial and error. But there is a training about 4 hours away that we plan on getting to and getting all that.
Nice. Is that with Justin Pate or?
Yeah. No, Elite Rappers.
Oh, Elite Rappers. Okay. Yeah. From Metro.
Right.
Chris from Metro puts that together. That's great. Yeah. You know what? With them, they focus a lot on the color change, which is really good, and different materials. Mm-hmm. Not just like their specific brand type of thing, like Avery would only have their Avery materials. That's a great overall. Are you guys looking to get into the class that's more advanced, or the kind of the starter one?
Oh, for sure, the advanced.
Yeah. I think you guys have put a lot of cards underneath your belt to figure out, how to rap and what's what and what not to do,
I mean, we're still learning, but we've got some pretty happy people, so
good.
Can't really complain.
And when's that training coming out for you?
I think there's one in July. Nice. I think.
Are you and your husband doing them together? Doing the same class?
I'm not sure. We haven't really talked about it because we've got 3 kids, so we might leave one here and I'll go do it and then switch off.
Yeah.
And I know that they said if you've got 4 or more people taking it, they'll actually come to you. So that's kind of something we've been talking about too with hiring another guy. We might, be ready to expand here pretty soon to, another one, and we'll just have them come up here and do some training.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great option. I didn't know that they actually did that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Well, since you touched a little bit about the kids, how do you manage with both of you guys being shop owners and running a business, being self-employed? How do you guys manage the whole, home life and shop life, having kids?
We have this soundproof closet. Totally kidding.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, I'm kidding. Oh, it's hard. It's really hard, but it's fun. They actually do have an area at the shop where it's all kind of fenced off, and they play and hang out with us during the day. There are some days where I stay home and work on, the paperwork or the social media site or, talking to customers, and we just kind of spend a day at home. But normally we're up there knocking it out, and they have their own little space. It's been great.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. You said they're all under 4?
Yes, I have one that will be 4 on Friday the 13th, and then I have one that just turned 2 on April Fool's Day. And then we've got an 8-month-old. He will be 1 in August.
Wow, that's got to be intense.
Yeah. When we started, we just had the 2, but we were both working full-time jobs as well. So we would get up 8 a.m., be at work, get off 5, spend about as much time as we could with the kids, and then we were in the garage all night till 2, 3, 4 o'clock. There were nights with no sleep, with balancing out the new baby and him waking up every so many hours and knocking out jobs and trying to balance the family life. So once we took this full time, it's been a lot better.
Yeah, the grind and the 9 to 5 is great, but when you work for yourself, you find more freedom, where you can kind of shoot out and pick the kids up, or if you've got an emergency, you don't have to kind of talk to anybody. You can just pick up and go, or whatever the case may be, which is great.
Right.
What were the both of you guys doing prior?
We were both working at a Chevrolet dealership.
Wow. So great jobs. I mean, working at a dealership isn't a bad gig.
No, I was in the service. I ran the service office, and he was in the back doing, window tinting, bed lining, leather installation, and, stripe packages if they had them come in. So we're wanting to take everything he had and move it over into our space.
Wow. So he was kind of semi doing it prior to you guys actually going gung ho on your own thing.
Exactly.
That's
cool.
Cool.
So it was like he really found a passion for it during that, and then we started picking it up together, and we just kind of fell in love with the whole process. It was very, very clean and very organized, and that's where I like to be. Where before he and I established a relationship, I was more into the paint and body and the messiness, and so then we kind of, got together and we transferred over into the vinyl, and I love it.
That's cool. Yeah, that's great. Good for you guys. I mean, to have kind of a 9 to 5 job, a guaranteed paycheck every week, to both of you guys are jumping onto a whole nother aspect of what you guys were doing before, to a full blown out, wrap shop. That's big props to you guys for taking that jump.
Oh, it was terrifying. Oh man. I actually had to leave before though, because the kids, with childcare, we've never put our kids in daycare. Mm-hmm. It's just like it costs more than you get paid.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's tough.
With 3 of them, there was no way. And we had a family member watching our kids, and then she had to finish her schooling and move on to getting her job. And so I left the dealership first. And so we went from 2 full-time incomes to 1, and I kind of helped a little bit from home with them. Mm-hmm. And so it was like, okay, we could probably do this. And then he put in to leave, and it was like, with more time, is there going to be more work? And it was really scary.
Yeah.
And right now we're kind of booked out pretty good. We've got a month and a half out right now for full wraps. And so as long as we can kind of keep that, I think we're going to be okay. But it was scary. It was scary to take that jump. We wanted to do it for so long. And we had, everybody we looked up to kept telling us, don't quit your day job. Don't get a shop. Do not make this more than what it is.
Right.
And it was really discouraging because that's what we wanted to do. That's where our passion was. And it was killing us because there was no sleep involved with what was going on and trying to balance personal home lives and work lives. We knew something had to change. And with everybody telling us, you can't do it. Well, watch this. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you. I mean, that's a big thing when you have family members or people that, not discourage you, but, just don't know what your passion may be or your whole vision in something, or never ran a business before. And just, they wake up and, a lot of us have been taught, and this comes from schooling, you know what I mean? From school that, you go to school, you go to college, you get a good degree, you work your 9 to 5 or whatever the case may be, you make your money and you go home and you die. That's it. There's nothing in between. A lot of the old school people, not so much the millennials, but, the baby boomers, that's all they did. They were never happy. They always thought about owning their own business, but never made that jump because society always told them, hey, you shouldn't do that. You need to have your benefits. You need to have your retirement. You need to have this. You need to have that. But at the end of the day, you're never happy. You know what I mean? So for you guys to make that jump, that's huge. I mean, no matter what, you're gonna have ups and downs. It is what it is in anything. I mean, I'm sure you had ups and downs at the dealership. You know what I mean? I mean,
right.
It's great that you have a paycheck at the end of the week, regardless. But you
can get fired any day. I mean, there's no guarantee in life.
You're right.
When we met somebody that we did a job for, and he owns his own business, and he was like, y'all can do this. Like, don't even hesitate for a second. And I was like, all right. So then I came across a little bit of advice, and that basically put it into full perspective. And that was, don't take advice from anyone you wouldn't want to trade places with. And, these people that were telling us, don't do it. Well, they're not people I would want to wake up in their lives. And then there's people that were like, hey, you can live your passion. You can do it. I do it. And I'm like, heck yeah, I'll trade places with you any day.
Right.
And, those are the people that we've surrounded ourselves with. And, we're kind of the little man on the totem pole, but that's where you grow. That's where you want to be because you're going to get there.
Right.
Where all those other people that were bringing you down, they're not going anywhere.
Right. They're just stuck. You know what I mean?
They're stuck.
Yeah.
And they're happy, but they're not doing what they can do in life. And so that's where we were. And we knew we wanted to be happy.
Definitely. Who's your biggest inspiration?
Oh man.
That's a good one, right?
That's a good one.
Like it could be industry. It can be industry related. You can have multiples. Whoever you think.
Well, I love watching, as far as in the industry, we watch Premium and Daniel's Energy, and everything is just awesome. Like, he pumps us up. We watch his vlogs every time they come up. That's our nightly thing after the kids go to bed. As soon as that video is uploaded, we're on the couch watching it.
That's awesome.
And, Jess, without a doubt, she makes my day.
Yeah, Vinyl Vixen.
She's great. She's absolutely adorable, and she's gorgeous. So yeah, I love watching her, and she pumps me up. She keeps me going.
That's awesome. Touching on Daniel, he's such a humble dude, and everyone in his shop is super like their shop. Like, I haven't been there, but you can just tell, like, it's just a fun environment, and that at the end of the day, that's the type of place you either want to work at or own. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, that's where we want to be.
Coming into work is not really coming into work. You know what I mean?
No, they're great. They have fun. They're so and they're nice to each other. I mean, he's an awesome guy. I would love to get the chance to get out there and meet him for sure. That's a
good trip when you can get away from the kids for a little while.
In about 10 years.
Few far in between. Yeah, no, believe me, I've been there. I got two girls. They're 11 and 6. A little bit older, but it gets fun when they're older because they you can kind of bring them around certain places, and it's a little bit more fun when they're babies, like under 4. My God, I couldn't even think about what I'd do with babies right now, you know?
It's an adventure every day. And I knew I wanted 3. So I told him, I said, I'm not going to get out of the baby stage and get a full night's of sleep and then have another baby. Like if we're having them, it's going to be wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yep.
And they're all, they're all here. So we knocked it out. We had our 3 kids, and, you know, the 4-year-old, he's picking up on it. We've got little things at the shop, not customer cars, but we've got, you know, scraps and stuff that he plays with. He's got a liking for it.
That's cool. I love that. Especially like when you get your kids involved, it's just so much funner to work with them and see them, like, you know, wrapping their Power Wheel or the little 4-wheelers and things like that. I love seeing that stuff. And like my girls grew up with that. Like my oldest one, I would take her everywhere with me, and she would like help me measure stuff or apply things. You know, when she got to maybe like 7 or 8, give or take, she kind of understood what the concept was and how to do certain things. And it was so humbling to watch them grow up around that and see what dad's doing and how fun it is with the music all loud. And this is kind of how it should be, you know, not behind a desk and being miserable and seeing the same people every single day until you retire. It's not fun.
Yes. No, and he'll call it a dance party, and he can name off all our tools. And I mean, the kid is smart.
That's so
it's great.
funny.
It's so great.
I love that. I wanted to ask you too, like, how did you come up with your name? What does that FSM stand for? Is it your kids?
No, it was originally, like, Colby is a big fan of Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends. I think that's what it is. And so we were kind of playing around, and we're like, you know what? We want to build monsters. Like, we want these cars to be out on the streets and just like roar. And so we thought of Foster's Shop of Monsters, which later on it turned into fucking shit, man. Because those words come out of your mouth every single day in the shop.
That is so funny.
For our customers, it's Foster's Shop of Monsters, but for anybody else, I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. So
the struggle is real.
Oh man, when those door panels don't want to pop off, I bleed for pretty much every install, I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's so funny. Do you guys get into like doing like full door jams and everything?
We haven't yet. We haven't found somebody that wants to pay for that.
Yeah.
But we do wrap about 1.5 inches into. That way you can't see the color from when the doors are closed.
Yeah.
But when you open them, we don't do the jams.
That's so funny. I love that.
We're not against it, but we just haven't found the right person.
The right person. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough, especially with your type of demographic around you. You know, they just want to see that exterior nice wrap. That's it. You know, open the door jams. What's the craziest wrap you've done that the door jams you're just like, man, these door jams need to get done, but you know, obviously the money's not there. You know, usually you see cars with like a blue interior with like a white exterior. It's like, whoa, should have done the jams on that one.
Yes. So far, everything I could think that we've done, it kind of complements. So it kind of like, in a way, accents. But we have a car we've got a Camaro that's got the psychedelic wrap on it, and he's got Lambo doors.
Mm-hmm.
And so he takes pictures every day. And it's just like, oh man, just love for this dude, the jams. Like, because it's all over Instagram with white jams and psychedelic wrap.
Oh man, and it doesn't help when he's got the Lambo doors.
No, the doors are open every single time.
Oh.
He takes a photo of his car. So,
and he's probably like shooting it from like really down low, so you can't.
Oh yeah, he'll get up in there, and we get he'll shout it out, and we're just like, dude, we love it, but come on now.
Can we Photoshop the jams?
Can we get that in there? Yeah, he's one of our guys in the city. So
that's so funny. So you had mentioned too, like you don't really want to get into the commercial stuff. Can I get your opinion on why you don't want to get into commercial stuff?
Really, I think our passion's just kind of in restyling vehicles. It's something we've always done to our own vehicles, and so I think Colby kind of feels like taking his time away from that. He doesn't want to lose his passion for transforming a vehicle with doing more of the commercial work.
Yeah, just doing the more restyling kind of aesthetic type of thing.
Right. Which eventually we might get there. But right now we're just kind of focusing on the customizing and the color change.
Yeah, definitely. What else do you guys have planned for 2018? You're getting in the detail guy and possibly getting someone to work on the aesthetics as far as like body kits or like little things like that. What else do you guys have planned for 2018?
We get questions every day about window tinting. So we want to add window tinting. We're going to have to get somebody for that though. Colby did it for 6 years and he says he's not doing it again.
Yeah, that's a tough gig.
Yeah, we want to get window tinting in there, and we want to get, body kits, window tints, details, basically anything you can do. We want to be able to pull your car in and pull out a totally new car.
Nice. Is there anything else that you might want to talk about that maybe I overlooked?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm going to think back later and be like, oh, dang it.
Everyone always does. Everyone always does. It never fails. But then we do a follow-up, so it's all good.
Oh, cool. Okay. So I'll just make notes. I didn't bring my list out here with me. I'm hiding in the car.
You're hiding in the car?
And so the kids are in the house destroying it. I mean, Colby's in the house with them. But yeah, I'm hiding in the...
There's an adult. All right. Just so everybody knows, there's an adult in the house with the kids. All right. Nobody has to freak out.
He is of age, but as far as adult goes, that's kind of pushing it.
That's too funny. Well, honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. I know you're fairly new to the industry, and you guys are kind of killing it right now. I really love what you guys are doing on Instagram and what you guys are doing for the industry. Is there any plans of you guys going to like RapsCon or anything like that? Any conventions soon?
If we can get into it, I think we're going to do it.
Definitely. Definitely. I think you guys, if there's a trip to go to, definitely Long Beach for RapsCon in August. It's
okay.
Plenty of time to manage babysitting. Babysitting plans between now and then. Everybody's going to be there. Everyone from top of the top, in the rap industry, you get to meet everyone, and everyone gets to meet you too, which is great. And I appreciate you coming on the podcast and talking to us for a little bit.
Absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity. I mean, this is huge for us, and I'd love to get out there and get with people. We don't really have anybody here to really collaborate with or talk to. And so to get around people that share the same passion, I mean, we need to get out there and do that.
Well, in that note, let everybody know where they can follow you on Instagram or Facebook, any social media accounts that you guys have.
Yes, I am at the Rap Pixie on Instagram. I also have a business page, the Rap Pixie, on Facebook, and I kind of do a little bit more than vinyl wrap. I crochet and I sell, makeup brands. So that's all kind of mixed in there together. The other two Colby's more accounts are FSM Auto Restyling on Facebook and FSM Wraps Auto Restyling on Instagram.
Perfect. Yeah, if anyone's looking for somebody in Oklahoma to do any wraps.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll get it out.
Ravynn, I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for the industry, and I wish you guys all the best for 2018.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on here. I got to tell you, this is huge for us. This is big news for me. So we're just a little wrap shop in Oklahoma. So to get this it's a big deal. We appreciate it.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you enjoyed this episode of the All Wrapped Up podcast. If you liked our content, hit that like button and review. And to stay up to date with future episodes, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, that's a wrap.